Hey, if you can read, I've been told that that is Japanese, and I have to take their word at it because I can't read Japanese. And I've been told that it says takoyaki attack, but again, it could read stupid American. I don't know. Good evening, everybody. It's me, Dr. T, back at you with another walkabout out into that farcical land that is craft beer and good music. And tonight we are venturing back into the land of the Schmooj. Mm-hmm. Those crazy bastards out in Hatfield, PA at Imprint Brewing are bringing us another Schmoojee, another heavily fruited dessert sour. This is actually from their Schmoojee Scoops line of Schmoojee sours. It is an ice cream sour. Let's see what Imprint has to say about it. This triple dipped Scoops Schmoojee sour, try saying that several times. This triple dipped Scoops Schmoojee sour is filled with blackberries and topped with dark chocolate chips. Start your summer with Schmoojee indulgence. And indulgent they are. If you've seen my other Schmoojee episodes, you know kind of what we're in store for. We're in store for something thick, opaque, colorful, smoothie, almost milkshake, like a melted milkshake consistency. And as with any heavily fruited sour, you want to take some time to roll that can before you open it. Gently, don't shake, just give it a roll because there's going to be a lot of sediment that takes place as that can has been sitting. And you want to make sure that all that goodness gets reincorporated before you pour. Also, very important when you're buying this or any type of heavily fruited sour, make sure that you're buying them from somebody who has kept it cold the entire time. Secondary fermentation can and will occur if you let any beer that has a lot of residual sugars in it warm up. You can get fermentation restarting, and that can will be under severe pressure, and you can get a geyser when you open it up. I bought these. I was fortunate enough to get directly out to Imprint Brewing a couple weeks back. Fantastic place. My first time. It was wonderful. If you've seen my other episodes, you know that they have a free to play retro arcade at their facility. It's pretty darn cool. Place is huge. They serve food and they serve great beer. Ugh, there we go. Got that bad boy open with just a little bit of spicking, so I don't end up super sticky all night long. I'm going to take a moment and wipe my hands off. All right. I'm still going to end up sticky. But let's take a look. I can already smell it. It smells awesome. Oh, smell a ton of blackberries. So you've got something that is opaque. I mean, completely opaque. You can see the condensation, the head starting to rise up very slowly. See how slow those bubbles are rising? That just goes to show you how viscous this material is starting to overflow. But it is a beautiful dark purple, starting to form a slightly lighter purple head. You can see the color striations there. Very dense looking head, creamy, not dissipating, just slowly continuing to grow and potentially leave my glass. We can't let that happen. Pungent blackberries on the nose. From the moment you open the can, get a little bit of creamy vanilla underneath. But it's a flavor that's amazing. You get a nice tart blackberry bite right up front. Then you get some creaminess. And on the back end, instead of being balanced with a hop bitterness, what you start getting on the back of the palate, the end of the sip into the finish, is you get a dark chocolate note that comes in. It kind of rides in on top of that creaminess. So it's not like a bitter dark chocolate, but it's certainly not sweet chocolate. It is a dark chocolate flavor that offsets some of that tart sourness up front. Wonderfully crafted. The mouthfeel is very heavy, very thick, almost like a fruit smoothie. You can feel the carbonation, but it's an odd sensation. It's not the sparkly, spritzy feeling you get on your tongue from a normal consistency carbonated beverage. This is more like a texture. It textures the viscous liquid in your mouth, but it is absolutely delicious. If you at all like heavily fruited dessert sours, I highly recommend anything from the Schmoojee line from Imprint. They're just phenomenal. They're just great. So what do you think we're gonna pair with this decadent, outrageous, ice cream inspired beer? Well, you'll know the band, and when you hear the song, you'll know the song. But when you hear the name of the band, you will probably not think of this song nor under normal circumstances. Tonight we're going with a little band that was formed in 1973 in Pasadena, California, and has been credited with starting the resurgence in the mid 70s of hard rock to this music scene. We're going to be looking at Van Halen. Well, just passing by, just about 11 o'clock. Just passing by, just about 11 o'clock. Yeah. Every time I go to one time, be my regular style. Riding tour buses now is very different than when we first started. But the gigs
never change, and it's never what you would expect. Anytime you ask somebody, what was your favorite gig? What was the gig that you remember the most? And you can ask a Springsteen, you can ask a Willie Nelson, you can ask anybody, you can ask a Kid Rock. You never can be sure. You never can be sure of what the answer is going to be. And I remember, Jesus, how many summers and a million years ago. Alex, are you listening to me back there? He listens on the headpieces. Now, Al, remember when your dad used to come out on the road, ride on the buses with us? These guys would go to sleep, and I would sit up with Mr. Van Halen, and I would talk about, show business with him. And I asked him one night, what was the best place you ever played? The best audience you ever had, because he played all over the world. And he told me that was easy. It was in the train station tunnels during the bombings. It was not an answer that I had expected. He said, oh, we sang and we danced. He said, trouble outside landed with a big boom, and it took a whole lot of soul to drive that away from the open into the hole. That I will share with you now. It doesn't matter how old you are, how old you're pretending to be. This comes directly from him. Listen to as many songs as you possibly can, as much music as you possibly can, because 10 summers, 20 summers, 30, 40, 50 summers later, when you hear that song, it takes you right back to where you were. Takes you right back to who you were, takes you back to the places you've been and the people that we all were. Me, I was outdoors here with you this summer having some ice cream. Yeah. I'm your ice cream man, stop and wait past and by. Ice cream man, stop and wait past and by. Hey, roll up, let me go down, guaranteed to satisfy.
Now I know that recording wasn't the greatest. It was obviously shot from a cell phone in the audience, but I thought between the stage performance and the stories Diamond Dave were telling, completely worth it. Um, Even with that idiot standing up and walking back and forth in front of a person who's obviously recording the show. But Van Halen was a great band. Rest in peace, Eddie. We lost him just about 4 years ago now. And it was a tumultuous band. I mean, he was a tumultuous person. And David Lee Roth was very bombastic too. So obviously that was a tough synergy to latch onto at times. Eddie had problems with substances, alcohol, and drugs. Completely off on a tangent. Um, Valerie Bertinelli, completely my very first crush. Back in the mid 70s, there was this TV show that was called One Day at a Time, and she was on it. And yeah, to a young man of 7, 8 years who's just starting to realize maybe girls aren't as disgusting as he had thought, Valerie Bertinelli was extremely attractive.
Did you hear what we had to read in English Lit?
What?
Under the Grandstand by Seymour Butts.
You guys are naughty. You shouldn't tell me jokes like that. Got any more?
Yeah, a lot more.
Ooh, it's so rough. You must shave at least twice a week.
Yeah, at least twice.
Aw, poor boy.
I'm getting an electric razor for Christmas.
I'll wait.
Okay. You want to smoke?
I can't. I gotta resist it. I can't. It's 12:30. I can't have another one for 16 minutes. I'm tapering off. Smoking limits your lung capacity.
Wow.
Listen. I gotta go check out the football team. I'll see you guys later.
Okay.
Bye-bye. See ya.
Bye. Anytime.
Careful you don't shake something loose, kid.
But be that as it may, for those of you who maybe you've lived under a rock, Valerie Bertinelli and Eddie Van Halen were married for quite a while. They had a son, Wolfgang. Wolfgang Van Halen actually was in that video playing bass. You saw in the lineup changes that he replaced Michael Anthony in the band in 2006 and played with them through 2020 when the band ended due to Eddie's passing. They're just such a great band. Even in the non-Diamond Dave days, I think they were a lot more fun. They were way more fun with David Lee Roth fronting. They were a great band with Sammy Hagar fronting, put out some great songs, probably maybe even had more commercial success than they did with David Lee Roth. And then you saw that they had the singer from Extreme in there for an entire year. In my opinion, kind of forgettable. Although they have some pretty good songs. Links below to some of the songs from the different eras of Van Halen. But after Diamond Dave came back, they continued to rock out. And in my book, nothing beats their early stuff. But what do you think? Leave me a comment below. Tell me what your favorite era of Van Halen was. But that song's fun, thoroughly entertaining. Obviously, it's not really about ice cream, but this beer is, and it is phenomenal. I'll put it out there. You can't beat Imprint for heavily fruited smoothie sours, and you can't beat Van Halen for party rock. Think differently? Let me know. But if you like what I'm doing here, give it a thumbs up. If you don't like what I'm doing here, give it a thumbs up anyway, because you're cool. And subscribe. When you subscribe, hit that notification bell, because I'm putting out new content all the time, and I'd hate for you to miss any of it. But more importantly, leave me a comment. Let me know what you're thinking. Let me know what you think about this episode, this song, this beer, smoothie sours, 70s and 80s rock and roll, my shirt. Hey, if you can read, I've been told that is Japanese, and I have to take their word at it because I can't read Japanese. And I've been told that it says takoyaki attack. But again, it could read stupid American. I don't know. But if you can read Japanese, let me know what that says. That'd be awesome. But leave me a comment. Let me know what you're thinking. Let me know what you like, what you don't, what you want to see on this channel. And I will try to deliver, because I am that kind of guy. But until we meet again, my friends, just like Mr. Van Halen said, keep listening to music. Listen to lots of music, lots of different music, because songs are memories.